Grandma Margaret passed away at the age of 86. Her family gathered in her large old house for the reading of her will. Her home was always full of people, children, grandchildren, arguments, noise. But ironically, the one person who was always ignored, always pushed aside, was her youngest granddaughter, Alina. Alina was the quiet one, the one no one asked about, the one no one invited to family trips, the one they laughed at for being too soft, too simple, too emotional. But to Grandma, she was something else entirely. The day of the will. The lawyer opened a thick envelope and began reading the will. The room went silent. Everyone expected Grandma's huge property, her house, her land, her savings, to be divided equally. After all, she was a traditional woman, and fairness was her life's rule. But the lawyer paused. Then he read aloud, "I, Margaret Thompson, leave my entire estate to my granddaughter Alina." A moment of silence. Then chaos. "What? This is nonsense. She manipulated her. Grandma was old. She didn't know what she was doing." Voices exploded from every corner of the room. Some shouted, some accused, some cried. Alina sat frozen, her hands shaking. She didn't even know what to feel. Fear, confusion, guilt, shock. Her cousins glared at her with hatred, as if she had stolen something that never belonged to her. But then the lawyer raised his hand. "There is also a letter from Mrs. Margaret," he said. "She wanted this to be read after the will." Grandma's letter. The lawyer unfolded the letter, written in Grandma's trembling handwriting. He read, "To my family, if you are shocked, then you never truly saw me." Everyone leaned closer. "My whole life I watched you come to my home only when you needed something. Money, food, favors, attention." Some faces turned red. "But when I could no longer walk, when I could not cook, when my hands shook and my knees failed, most of you stopped visiting." A painful silence settled across the room, except one. All eyes slowly turned toward Alina. "Only Alina sat beside my bed when I could not stand. She brushed my hair when I could not lift a comb. She cooked for me when I could not hold a spoon. She held my hand when I cried in the dark. She gave me love without expecting anything. Love deserves inheritance, not blood." Alina gasped, tears rolling down her cheeks. The room was silent. No one knew where to look because every word was true. The truth exposed. Everyone knew Alina had helped Grandma, but no one knew how much. They never noticed that she visited every Sunday. They never knew she cleaned the house when Grandma couldn't walk. They never knew she massaged Grandma's legs when pain kept her awake all night. They never knew she was the one who sat with her during her final days, reading stories, holding her hand. Alina never told anyone. Not once. She didn't help for praise. She helped because she loved her grandmother, genuinely. And Grandma saw everything. Family's reaction. The cousins looked down. Some in shame. Some in anger. Some in disbelief. One even whispered, "She earned it." But most stayed silent, because deep inside, they knew Grandma was right. They had come only for what they could get. Alina had come because she cared. Alina's moment. After the lawyer finished, he handed the letter to Alina. She held it close, the last thing her grandmother ever wrote. This inheritance wasn't money. It wasn't land. It wasn't property. It was proof that someone had seen her kindness, that someone knew her heart, that someone loved her more than anyone else ever did. For the first time in years, Alina didn't feel invisible. Ending, the family left quietly, each carrying their own guilt and grief. Alina stayed back, sitting in Grandma's old rocking chair. As she looked around the home that now belonged to her, she whispered, "I didn't earn your property, Grandma. I just loved you." But deep down she knew. Grandma left her everything, not as a gift, but as justice. Subscribe for more real-life stories, and tell me where you're watching my story from.